always say, in the end, it's very simple. Fight, it's time to fight.
Talk is talk. You gotta go in there and actually do what you're saying.
After talking is over. Herring versus Stevenson. It's on.
They are ready. So is Quavo, apparently.
Never did nothing like this.
Ring walks are going to be something tonight. We got Quavo with Shakur Stevenson.
Please
For
get
tonight only
Quavo
boxing
away
fans
from me, bro.
playing a free top rank
He ain't got nothing to do with what you got going
boxing
on.
pool on DraftKings for a shot at $5,000 in prize. Answer a series of questions on tonight's title fight. Get enough correct. Take home your share of $5,000. Download the DraftKings Fantasy app. Sign up with promo code ROPES. That's promo code ROPES.
Shakur! Young man Stevenson.
Moments away.
Tater kiss.
Away from the ring walk, and Shakur is just chilling. Meanwhile, Jadakiss is over in the locker room with Jamel Herring. He's going to be bringing him out for the ring walk. As we are set for the world title here, Joe Tessitore with Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, and Mark Kriegel from the State Farm Arena. Tell the tape, you will notice that Herring has the size advantage and Shakur has the
It doesn't matter.
advantage when you measure things up between these two. Problem is you got to be able to utilize that size. That's the question for Jamel Herring, because you look at that bottom line and 4.4 punches per round is all that's landed on Shakur Stevenson, folks. That is sublime defensive skill. So here we are with one guy as the champ, the proven veteran, and yet he's the underdog. That's Jamel Herring. Shakur Stevenson has made a transition a bit in life. He had a featherweight title. He was always the young rising star with the dimple and the big smile, but recently he's got that man strength to him at 24 years old, and he's got a little bit of an edge. There's been a little bit of a heel turn, especially this week in preparation. There's an edge in the lead up to this fight, Mark Kriegel.
Jamel Herring is the longest reigning belt holder at 130 pounds, and he always feels like the B-side. Shakur Stevenson is looking at his second title at the ripe old age of 24, and he feels like the most neglected of boxing's emerging stars. In other words, both guys feel disrespected, and there's only one thing they can do about it, which is to take it out on each other.
Lift it up, and if you want, you can say action.
Action.
Action. You're number one in WBC, number one in the WBO. Who do you want? If I had the choice, I'd take Oscar Valdez, but if I gotta beat up Jamel to get to it, I'd do that too.
How would you categorize your guys' relationship?
We're not friends. We're not friends at all. What's your message to Jamel? Jamel can't beat me. Hey, Jamel know what it is. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I promise you that.
You gotta come a lot harder than just a war of words to get under my skin.
Jamel Semper Fi!
If you wanna look past me, hey, then so be it. That just gives me another edge to go out there and shock the world.
All the way out, all the way out.
It's one of the game's oldest stories. An aging champion and a brash young prodigy.
I think Jamel Herring is a lame, corny dude.
Welcome to the Jamel Herring Show, starring Jamel Herring.
He ain't got no style. He ain't got no swag. Like, he kind of annoys me sometimes.
My oldest daughter, she's like, Dad, why is he attacking me? I thought you guys were on good terms. I think she probably wants to fight him more than I do at times.
You'd never know it, but they travel in the same circle, with pound-for-pound great Terence Crawford at its epicenter.
If there was no Terence Crawford, there wouldn't be no Jamel Herring as a world champion. But he's always pushing me. He prefers me as Big Bro. You know, these guys I consider as family now.
I'm his little brother at the end of the day.
Shakur doing everything he needs to do to control the fight.
They just family to me. They done a lot for me.
I'm trying to figure out who he talking to.
Where's my belt?
In this case, however, familiarity hasn't led to respect so much as talk of a competitive disadvantage.
I know what he's doing every second of every workout. At 9 o'clock a.m., he's either running or doing strength and conditioning. Wednesdays, he probably swimming or doing hot yoga. It wasn't a bad thing to do a camp with his team.
Herring, for his part, is heartened by word of dissension in his rival's corner after assistant trainer Kay Karoma walked out during a heated dispute with head trainer Wally Moses in Stevenson's last bout.
I think I know where I can get him at. He may be talented here, but I know that they have issues here. If it spills out publicly, you can just imagine how ugly things are behind closed doors.
They don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So they come up and create stories about, oh, this happened, and oh, this person not here, and my corner is good.
At this point, all that unites these two fighters is a sense that they each haven't gotten their due.
The individuals that I face at times, they're the ones that are supposed to be going to the next level, to doing other great things. I wasn't supposed to be, though. Did that in impressive fashion. Carl Frampton was supposed to make history by becoming a 3-division world champion. Well, we changed that script.
I feel like Jamel was a bully. He's dropping all this weight to come down and bully these dudes at 130. I don't give too much credit to that performance.
And this is from Mark Kriegel. Either Shakur starts throwing some combinations against this amateur, or don't be surprised when people start calling you a boring fighter.
I feel disrespected. Media calling me a boring fighter. That African dude was a real strong dude looking for a big punch. I didn't let it happen. I did what I was supposed to do to win. Styles make fights. Jamel Herring, he's not no big puncher.
I know I'm going to have to just do a little more to press the action. If you allow him to set the pace, it's going to be one of those fighters where people are not going to be entertained.
Pressure is to bust pipes or make diamonds. I've been a diamond my whole career. I'm younger, I'm faster, I'm stronger than him. You should expect the superstar being born.
I'm right now the longest current reigning world champion in my division, but still people tend to look over me, but I chuckle because it also gives me another sense of motivation on what I have to do in order to prove myself as a worthy world champion.
You heard the reference to discord in Shakur's corner last time between Kay Corona and his grandfather, Wally Moses. The way I'm hearing it from sources all over the place is that everybody has been kumbaya, united for the greater purpose this time. There's only one way to test that. If Shakur should have to make adjustments, will he hear one single voice?
And by the way, you see right there on your screen, that Caesar Sportsbook, the late money is coming in on Jamel Herring. There were a lot of people out there this week that were saying, hold on, I know Shakur Stevenson is great. I know he's undefeated. I know he's been headed towards this big prize for a long time. But this thing's out of control at 10-1. It's down to plus 650. So the late money in Vegas is coming in on the champ, Jamel Herring. Dre, everyone pointing to that group who's with him right now, the X Factor, the Bud Crawford group with Bomac. How do you really see things here, Dre? What's the X Factor we should be looking at for this title fight?
Well, listen, Bomac and Red and Saul, the three guys that are training, Jamel Herring and Bud Crawford, it matters to a point. But when the referee gives the final instructions, those trainers are going to walk down those stairs and they're going to sit there and see what their fighter does. Jamel Herring has to show that he can take the information, take the instructions from his team, and go execute. So all of the talk before is good, but when those ring walks happen, none of it matters. And the same is the case for Shakur Stevenson. He didn't just want to win a second title in as many weight classes. He wanted to fight a champion. He wanted to take the belt from a champion. Coming off his last performance, some had, negative things to say. Everybody's waiting for Shakur to slip. The moment is big for both guys. The moment is now. They both got to show up.
All right, final piece of analysis right here. Tim, we go into the film lab with you.
Well, let's go, baby. Let's go into the lab. Let's start with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson should start off in first and second gear just to let Herring wear down a bit. But in the second half, he should shift to third gear and dog walk the 11-year-older veteran. Push the pace and take his legs and to see how bad he really wants it. As we all know, when you push an older car too hard, it starts breaking down in rapid fashion. Stevenson should look for the liver shot with his back
backhand as it sits at the interior of the opposing southpaw. Split the high guard on the inside with the left uppercut and come around the guard with lightning fast lefts to destroy the weaker side of Herring. Yes, destroy the weaker side of Jamel Herring. And this is why I say that. See that blood?
Shakur Stevenson has to win this fight by power boxing.
Let's go to Herring, baby. It's not a secret that Shakur Stevenson is one of the best defensive fighters in the game. Well, what's also true is that the average male head size is 21.5 circumference inches around, unless your name is Timothy Bradley, of course. But it's only right for Herring to hit the bigger target, the body of Shakur Stevenson, so he can disrupt his timing, insist on keeping him still, and to take away his stamina. He should look to land his signature left uppercut, a punch that is underused by many fighters, because a punch a fighter doesn't see will hurt him. Anytime Herring sees Shakur moving the inside and put that high guard, what he should do and look for is the uppercut, similar to what Shakur Khan landed right there.
Mark, you've been embedded with these camps in the past. You know each fighter very, very well. Where's your head at heading into this title fight right now?
On the Herring side, Bomac got it right. You got to hit Shakur wherever you can, shoulder, hip, leg, arm. But most of Herring's problems come from that right side. All of his cuts, both his losses to southpaws. So I asked him last week, what about that? What about the cuts? He says, listen, the cuts are just lefty-righty stuff. But the southpaw, I figured it out. I said, how? He goes, listen, last 3 years, I've been in with the most dangerous southpaw areas, Terrence Crawford.
He is. So that group is ready to go. The champ is ready to go. They say they're going to play the champ this year. And then Jadakiss is going with, we going to make it. Meanwhile, in the other corner, we are moments away from Shakur Stevenson making his ring walk as the challenger, the undefeated recent featherweight champ, as the challenger, with Quavo performing straightening by Migos. When we come back...
Hey, you taking a break? I was just leaving you a message.